Hi, my name is Kirk Hamilton. This is Sloppy Vegan Cooking Show. See, Sloppy Vegan, haven't done it in a while. This is a show where we whip together plant-based foods to help us stay well, be healthy. And it's freezing in my house. It's about 58 degrees. I had a big Mexican dinner I helped the grandchildren make last night. And I have a ton, 5,000 leftovers because I'm used to fixing food for myself. And so I'm not very good at guesstimating for 6 people. So I have a ton of food. So I'm just going to whip together something just off the cuff. And this is the way I cook, but this is the way I think we all do, in a way. You know, you just look in the refrigerator and find out what's what. So this was all the leftovers. We got some leftover rice, a boatload of leftover rice, a boatload of leftover beans, a boatload of corn tortillas, organic corn tortillas from Costco, and a boatload of tomatoes. So what do I want to cook? Well, I got to go to my oldies but goodies, my onion powder, garlic powder, cilantro, parsley, maybe a little chili. And what do I feel like? I feel like something quick because I got to go exercise. And unfortunately, now my guacamole looks poor because it's turned brown a little bit. But I think I'm just going to make myself some very simple tostadas as fast as I can. So you can do one of two ways. You can take these corn tortillas, you could spin them in a pan if I had the time. I might do that, but what I'm going to do is microwave them first, about 4 of them. And so we got some beautiful organic tomatoes with some romaine in there. And actually, we've got, now the guacamole doesn't look good because it turned brown a little bit, but underneath it, it tastes good. So I'm going to use that up because I want to get rid of that. I got lemons from my tree. I got, my daughter said this was something parsley, but I swear it was cilantro when I got it in the grocery store. And then I kind of faked some Spanish or Mexican rice. I just put paprika in it and herbs and spices. And I love gas stoves, by the way. So here's my favorite utensil I was trying to share with my grandchildren last night. I got about 2 things that I use like 95% of the time, something. But I'm going to chop up some of this cilantro. And I have a beautiful non-stick pan, and I'm going to scrape off the guacamole because it doesn't look good when it's cooked. See, there's a little green stuff left. But I'm going to get at the beans. But it tastes very good. And the beans I home cooked. And the beans they were white beans. They were black beans. I just got them at the dollar store, kind of cleaning house. Then I put we grilled some mushrooms and onions. So that's what's in these beans that are going in this pan right here. Doesn't look pretty, but it's plenty functional. In fact, I'm just going to cook them all up because I'm going to eat them all up. And then I'm going to go to the gym with a big fat stomach. So we're going to turn those on, get that going. And basically, I'm just warming up food. I'm going to show you, it doesn't look like much, but it's just beans, mushrooms, and onions. And I think what I'm going to do is just mix it all together with my Spanish rice. Put a splash of water, kind of steam it. the lid on, get my 4 tortillas. We're just going to cook the heck out of them, get them crisped up, and I'll just make tostadas. My chopped up cilantro, my brown guacamole, tomatoes. That's about it, so I'm just waiting. Since I always cook with onion powder and garlic powder, I'm going to throw more on there, even though I threw them on originally. Because you can never have too much onions and garlic. A teeny bit of chile. You know what? I'm going to cook a little tomatoes in my Spanish rice. So I'll show you this in a second, but I'm kind of cold. So here's what we got cooking. I'm just heating up the beans. It's a little warmer, my gas stove's on. I hope you're having a good holiday. You know, one thing about being here in COVID-19, you want to eat as healthy as you can and get as much exercise as you can. Because this virus in particular has an effect on it's called the endothelium of the blood vessels. So it has some vascular after effects, but it especially affects the vascular system of the heart, the lungs, the nasal passages. So you want to be as fit as you can. Therefore, hopefully buffering the effects of the illness. I got a couple of lemons and limes, so I think I'll squirt that. I'll squirt my lemons, leftover lemons, into the rice. They're harder than heck to squirt. They're so skinny. I don't know why I did that. All right, we're getting there. And this is just leftovers. Well, I just microwaved this into oblivion. I thought I put on 2 minutes. I must have put on 20. So, those would be chips on my plate. One, two, three. Turn that off. It's about the easiest meal to make on the planet. So I'm going to shut this off. So put some rice on top of each one. I'll show you in a minute, step by step. So I'm putting rice and kind of steamed tomatoes. Oh, that smells good. All right, so there we have the first layer of leftovers, which is the Spanish rice and the tomatoes. Then I'm going to put some nice beans on top. These are black and white beans, so you can't tell they were white beans. There's actually a little guacamole mixed up in it. And onions and mushrooms. You can't see the mushrooms anymore. Okay, so now we have steamy black beans, a little glop of half brown guacamole, and then we're gonna put a little more tomatoes on top, just because some leftover shredded carrots. This is just assembly line cooking. It takes no brains. Maybe a little more tomatoes. And then a little more green stuff. And I'm about done. I'm going to take my Louisiana hot sauce. Did you see that? Now I'm getting a little warmer. All right. We're done. Leftovers from our Mexican extravaganza last night at my grandchildren's house. They helped me chop everything and put it together. So, Sloppy Vegan Cooking Show, we're kind of back. I'd like to do it more often. Depends on how long it takes me to edit this thing and upload it. You have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.